Hello everyone, I am Rajiv Saxena, Associate Professor, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. In today's video lecture, we'll discuss about the sources and types of microbial contamination. In the previous video, we have already discussed that the pharmaceutical preparation, maybe it belongs to the sterile category or a non-sterile category, can be contaminated by different categories of the microorganism. And once the microbial contamination occurs in the pharmaceutical product, various physical and chemical changes may occur in the preparation. And because of these physical and chemical changes, various organoleptic observation can be found in the preparation. Maybe there is certain change in the color, odor, taste, phase separation. These type of things may occur in the pharmaceutical preparation, and then that preparation is not acceptable for the use. So, in the today's video lecture, we'll discuss about various sources and types of microbial contamination. Now, the first source is actually the atmosphere. We know that in a pharmaceutical industry, there are two different categories of the product can be prepared. One that belongs to the sterile category and one which are non-sterile product. So if your product is actually belonging to the sterile category, then in that case various aseptic environment is created in which we can go for the production of the pharmaceutical product. And in that case also we have to go for the validation of that atmosphere or that environment by different methods in order to check the presence of different categories of the microorganism. But maybe if your product does not belong to the sterile category, but even in the non-sterile categories also, the atmosphere can play a very important role in the contamination of any pharmaceutical product. The atmosphere consists of the air, and in the air various microorganisms may be blown away or carried away with the help of the wind, maybe from the skin or maybe from the nasal and the sneezing route, because of which these microorganism is actually available in the air. And in the atmosphere the air is available, and when air is actually entering into your premise may carries these different categories of the microbes, and because of which the contamination of your pharmaceutical product at the time of the manufacturing may takes place. So here we need to take a very advanced look in the premise in which we are going for the manufacturing of these pharmaceutical product, because we need to stop the presence of the contaminating microorganism which are entering through the atmosphere or through the air, because if these microorganisms are available in the environment in which you are preparing your pharmaceutical product, then definitely these microorganisms can get a very easy access in the product that you are preparing. So various examples of microorganism like Streptococcus species, Clostridium species, Aspergillus species, these type of species can be easily available in the environment. Now the next source of microbial contamination is actually the water. Water, we know that in any formulation, any categories of the formulation, water plays a very important role. And in many formulation, water is one of the essential ingredient of the preparation. Water is not only required in the preparation as a part of an ingredient, but apart from that, water is also needed for various cleaning operation. So whatever the water that we are using in the pharmaceutical industry should not be contaminated with different microorganism. And if some pathogenic microorganism or any microorganism that can degrade your pharmaceutical product is available in the water, then definitely some strict measures have to be taken in order to stop these microorganisms through the water to enter into your pharmaceutical preparation. As you can see in the water, E. coli may be available, S. faecalis may be available, Bacillus may be available, Staphylococcus species may be available. So these are some of the common microorganisms that may be available in the water. It is also observed that if you are talking about the pharmaceutical industry, generally we can go for the preparation of, we can go for the use of the soft water. And the soft water is actually prepared by the base exchange method. So at the time of the base exchange processing, again in that step the contaminating microorganism can enter into the water, and from the water it can enter into the pharmaceutical preparation. Now the next source of contamination is the raw material. The raw material, that is the ingredients which are required for the preparation of any pharmaceutical product, maybe the API or maybe the various excipient may also have this, can act as a source of contamination. It is also observed that if these ingredients belongs to the natural origin, maybe it is having certain plant origin like tragacanth, acacia, starch, or maybe it is having the animal origin like gelatin, then in that case these categories of the product, they are very susceptible to the growth of the microorganism. So if these ingredients are actually available in your pharmaceutical preparation, then definitely in that case a very strict quality control check on the raw material before its usage should be done in order to check the presence of these contaminating microorganism in the raw material. So again it is observed that various categories of Bacillus species, Pseudomonas species, Salmonella species, Fusarium species, these different categories of the microorganism can easily be available in the raw material. Now the next source is actually the process operator. Process operator is actually the person who is working in the industry which is involved in the production of different categories of the pharmaceutical product. So that operator definitely can act as a very major source of the contaminating microorganism, because if the operator is not maintaining the proper hygiene, then definitely from the operator, maybe from the skin, maybe from the unhygienic condition, maybe if the operator is having certain wound, then in that wound some infectious microorganism may be growing. So from that operator, these microorganisms can, because he is actually involved in the production of the pharmaceutical product, and if the operator itself is acting as a carrier that can carry these microorganisms, so then these microorganisms through the operator can enter into the pharmaceutical preparation. So it is observed that again different categories of the microorganism from the skin like S. aureus, Sarcina, from the nasal root Staphylococcus cereus, then Staphylococcus pyogenes, Pseudomonas aeruginosa from the wound. So these categories of the microorganism can easily enter with the help of an operator into the pharmaceutical product. Now the next part is actually the equipment. Equipment is these are the different machineries which are used in the production steps. So these equipment can also act as a source of contamination. It is always preferred that if in any equipment, if the number of joints are less, then in that case it is very easy to wash these categories of the equipment and the chances of the contamination will be very less. So whatever the equipment or the machinery that is involved in the production of this pharmaceutical product should be in such a design, in such a way that the number of the joints, number of the hinge, it should be minimum, and the inner side of the equipment and even the external surface of the equipment should be easily washable, so that routinely if these type of activities will be performed, then in that case the equipment will not occupy or will not store the microorganism. And even in the pharmaceutical industry, time to time we need to check that whether the equipment or the machinery which is involved in the production is having certain categories of the microorganism or not. Maybe sometimes we can go for rinsing the equipment with some sterile water and collecting that sterile water and trying to cultivate that sterile water with the nutritional media and try to find out the presence of the microorganism. So if because of the rinsing some microorganisms are available, then these microbes will enter into the water, and from the water we can check the presence of the microorganism with the help of different categories of the nutritional media. And if the growth is observed, then we can say that this growth is because of the microorganisms which are taken out from the equipment. So these type of exercises are routinely followed in the pharmaceutical industry in order to check that whether the equipment is contaminated or not. Now the next source is actually the packaging material. Pharmaceutical products, they are packaged inside various categories of the packaging material, including your glass, cardboards, closure liners. So these different categories of the packaging material can also have can also act as a source of contamination, because if that packaging material is not processed properly, maybe if it is written that for particular category of the packaging material we have to go for the sterilization by using the dry heat mechanism, or maybe by using the moist heat mechanism, if that sterilization is not done properly and directly you are putting your pharmaceutical product inside that packaging material, and if that packaging material carries different categories of the microorganism, then packaging material can also act as a very good source and can incorporate the microorganism which is available in the packaging material into the pharmaceutical product. Okay, it is again observed like various microorganisms of Bacillus species, Penicillium species, Aspergillus species, they are easily available in the packaging material. So packaging material can easily offer these microorganisms into the pharmaceutical preparation. Maybe you are preparing a pharmaceutical product of high quality, maybe it is not having contaminating microorganism, and even you have done various kind of the quality control check also, but if these high quality product is stored in a packaging material that itself is having the presence of the microorganism, then these microorganisms can definitely enter in your preparation and can contaminate or spoil your pharmaceutical preparation. Now the last category is actually the building. Okay, so it is actually the premise. We know that it is having the presence of the wall, it is having the floor, it is having the roof. So we are also painting the inner walls also. So all these material, the building material, may also shows the presence of the microorganism. So while designing the building for, especially for the production of the pharmaceutical product, we need to keep in our mind that the building or the building material should be easily washable, because routinely we have to go for the washing of the premise of the building, maybe application of the disinfectant, maybe application of different categories in order to reduce the presence of the contaminating microorganism, because it is observed like even the building material can also have the presence of the microorganism belonging to the Aspergillus species, then belonging to the Bacillus species, or belonging to the Penicillium species. So if the building material is properly designed, in keeping in mind that inside that building we have to go for the production of the pharmaceutical product, then different points have to be taken into consideration. Like in the building, if we are using windows, then windows should be for the lighting purpose, it should not be for the ventilation purpose. If we are using the doors, then the doors should be properly closed, flush doors should be used. The inner side of the building should be designed in such a way that it can easily be washed. The application of the disinfectant should be very easy. So these are the different points that we need to keep in our mind before designing the building premises, because the building material, the premise itself can offers various categories of the microorganism, because if these material is having the microbial load, then that microbial load can be directly enter into the pharmaceutical preparation. So these are the some of the points that we need to consider, that we need to check before go for the production of any pharmaceutical product, including the atmosphere, including the water, including the raw material, including the process operator, including equipment, packaging material and building material. Thank you.